there exists a realm in the automotive world where ordinary superlatives simply cease to have meaning, where the very notion of price becomes almost vulgar to mention, where the question isn't whether you can afford it, but whether you possess the refined sensibility to truly appreciate what stands before you. This is the domain of Rolls-Royce, and for over a century, it has reigned supreme as the undisputed monarch of luxury. When we speak of luxury in the automotive sphere, we often hear names whispered with reverence: Bentley, with its sporting pedigree; Mercedes-Maybach, with its technological prowess; even the Italian exotics that command breathless admiration. Yet there remains one name that stands alone, occupying a tier so rarefied that comparison itself seems almost inappropriate. Rolls-Royce doesn't compete in the luxury market. It defines it, shapes it, and sets the standard by which all others are measured and inevitably found wanting. The supremacy of Rolls-Royce begins not with horsepower figures or acceleration times, though these are certainly impressive. It begins with a philosophy so uncompromising that it borders on the obsessive. Every Rolls-Royce that leaves the hallowed grounds of Goodwood is not merely a car but a bespoke masterpiece, a rolling testament to what becomes possible when cost is never the question, only perfection. Consider the paint. While other manufacturers might offer a respectable palette of perhaps 20 or 30 colors, Rolls-Royce presents clients with an infinite spectrum. The house has created over 45,000 unique exterior colors in its modern history, each one hand-mixed to the precise specifications of its patron. Should you wish your Phantom to match the exact shade of your favorite Hermes handbag, or perhaps the specific hue of a sunset you witnessed in Santorini, the craftsmen at Goodwood will dedicate themselves entirely to realizing your vision. This isn't customization. This is automotive haute couture. The interior of a Rolls-Royce represents perhaps the finest example of what separates this marque from all pretenders to its throne. The leather used in a single Rolls-Royce comes from bulls raised in regions free from barbed wire and excessive insect populations, ensuring the hides remain unmod and flawless. Each hide is individually inspected by hand, and only the most pristine examples are deemed worthy. The wood veneers are sourced from trees selected for the perfect grain pattern, cut in sequence to ensure mirror image symmetry across the cabin, then finished in a process that can take weeks of patient craftsmanship. But perhaps nothing illustrates the Rolls-Royce commitment to absolute luxury quite like the Starlight headliner. This extraordinary feature transforms the roof of your Rolls-Royce into a personal cosmos, with hundreds or even thousands of fiber optic lights hand-woven into the leather. To create a glittering night sky, owners can specify the exact constellation pattern they desire, perhaps recreating the stars as they appeared on their wedding night or the birth of a child. It's a detail so magnificent, so utterly unnecessary, and yet so perfectly Rolls-Royce that it encapsulates everything the brand represents. The engineering beneath this opulence deserves equal admiration. The famous spirit of ecstasy may grace the prow, but beneath the bonnet lies automotive engineering raised to an art form. The twin-turbocharged V12 engine in the current Phantom produces power so effortlessly abundant that the company famously describes it merely as sufficient. 663 pound-feet of torque arrive at just 1,700 revolutions per minute, providing what Rolls-Royce calls the magic carpet ride. This is a vehicle that weighs nearly 3 tons, yet it accelerates with the serene inevitability of a great ocean liner leaving port, utterly silent and impossibly smooth. The silence one cannot discuss Rolls-Royce without lingering on the cathedral-like quietude of its interior. Over 130 kilograms of sound insulation envelope the cabin. The doors close with a vault-like precision that seals occupants away from the vulgar chaos of the outside world. At highway speeds, the interior noise level is so low that engineers had to redesign the clock because passengers could hear it ticking. This is luxury as sanctuary, a mobile refuge where the world's noise and hurry simply cannot penetrate. Yet Rolls-Royce's reign extends beyond mere mechanical excellence or luxurious appointment. It represents something deeper, something almost philosophical. To own a Rolls-Royce is to make a statement not about wealth alone, but about values. It declares that you believe in craftsmanship, in taking time to do things properly, in the importance of beauty and detail and the human touch. In an age of mass production and planned obsolescence, Rolls-Royce stands as a defiant monument to the enduring value of things made superbly well. The relationship between Rolls-Royce and its clients transcends the typical manufacturer-customer dynamic. The bespoke division doesn't merely take orders. It collaborates with patrons to create something truly unique. Perhaps you desire a picnic set stored in the boot, complete with fine china and crystal champagne flutes, or maybe a unique inlay in the dashboard created from wood, salvaged from your family estate. The craftspeople at Goodwood approach each request not with the calculating eye of cost accountants, but with the enthusiasm of artists presented with an exciting new commission. This commitment to individuality has produced some extraordinary creations. Rolls-Royce has crafted vehicles created interior using gold thread functioning into the leather clock in the dashboard set with real diamonds to mark each hour. These aren't acts of ostentatious excess but rather expressions of deeply personal luxury, each element imbued with meaning and memory. The exclusivity of Rolls-Royce amplifies its luxury credentials immeasurably. While other manufacturers measure annual production in hundreds of thousands, Rolls-Royce meticulously handcrafts fewer than 6,000 vehicles each year. This scarcity isn't artificial or contrived, but rather a natural consequence of the painstaking attention devoted to each automobile. You cannot rush perfection, and Rolls-Royce has never been interested in rushing. What ultimately crowns Rolls-Royce as the undisputed king of luxury is this synthesis of heritage, craftsmanship, exclusivity, and uncompromising philosophy. It represents the apex of what becomes possible when the question shifts from what can we afford to what should we create. In the constellation of luxury automobiles, Rolls-Royce doesn't merely shine brightly. It stands alone as the pole star, eternal and unwavering, the fixed point by which all others navigate. This is why Rolls-Royce reigns supreme, now and for generations to come.